Greetings YouTube and welcome to a special Alliance Quest brackets correction video, which is probably the first and last time I'm ever going to say this, where I talk about what Kabam did for the community to correct the mistake they made in the normal bracket of Alliance Quest. I say normal because I mean that most summoners, at least in the higher alliances, got placed in the normal tier, which meant that for so many people, especially the ones that didn't understand or at least check, which why would they? Why would you have a reason to check it? They started a lot of map 2, right? Map 2 is the default setting for the normal bracket. So a lot of people that usually do map 5 or even map 6 on day 1 did map 2. And I got a lot of messages from people complaining and worried that they were going to drop in the tier that they were at for Alliance Quest. And so Kabam knew this and they did something really awesome because, as you can see, they basically just pretended like this week didn't exist in Alliance Quest. And instead of dropping people or upping people depending on the shadiness of what went on, they just gave everybody a week's worth of rewards, which for me includes 1 glory crystal, 3 greater glory crystals, 9 map 5 crystals, which given I probably would have done 5 map 5, so it would have been 15 map 5 crystals, but I got 15 anyways from doing 5 days of map 5 in this current iteration of Alliance Quest, so hey, I got it already. And then 9 map 6 crystals, which is awesome. I love that they've given us as many map 6 as map 5s, because let's be honest, we would have not done a single map 6 in my alliance. This time we do 5 days of map 5, which yes, you get some map 6 crystals, but maybe this is a bonus. And then a fully formed tier 4 basic and 3,000 glory, which can be used for more tier 1 alpha or tier 4 basic or even tier 2 alpha fragments. So we're going to claim this and talk about it. Now, I have to be honest, I really worry. I love doing videos about the state of the game, and I want to be the voice of people who feel like their voice is not heard, and I will continue to hopefully do that when it comes to people who are being screwed over in forums or Alliance Quest, or even just the chance to not have their crystals returned to them, as I've seen that in several cases. But what really worries me about this community is that every once in a while you see people who, no matter what happens, they always expect compensation. I'll give you an example. So on July 4th, there were people messaging me that really had the audacity to say, Prof. Hoff, we want you to make a video on why it's BS that we should get a refund because the $50 milestone, if you will, if we're going to scroll to the right. So the equivalent of the Black Panther's treasure was too bad of rewards. So this is people messaging me saying you should do a video attacking Kabam because we spent our $50 on the Black Panther's treasure and didn't get a good value for it. Well, in this case, I mean, it actually made me really sad because Black Panther's treasure, that was 100% complete verification, complete transparency, if you will, to the user, saying if you give us $50, we will give you, this many amount of units and also these items. People bought it, they knew what they were buying, and they still felt like they had to submit a help ticket saying that they should have gotten more. That is not what a help ticket is all about. It should be about a problem in the game, or certainly a maintenance outage, something that is the game's fault. But if you buy something that clearly lists what you get and you purchase it anyways thinking that you're going to get the value, and then you complain that it should be more, that is the definition of not only entitlement but also a culture that is more like a mob culture than anything else. So on my channel, I'm going to do my best to defend you in times when Kabam really screws up and is shady as heck, which given happens quite often. But in this case, I just want to say Kabam did really good with the Alliance Quest rewards because they basically gave everybody a free week to collect the rewards that they would normally collect. I don't care if you were running map 2 or map 3 or map 4 or map 5 or even map 6. You got the rewards. And it was funny because at first I did a video on this, but I got all the milestones after the first 2 tiers of the first day of Alliance Quest. That really told me just how easy it is, or really what the expectation is for doing the first day on normal difficulty. But Kabam ended up rectifying the situation and doing what they could. And there are so many really significant issues going on in the game, from overheating phones to phones shutting down to even players telling me that they're experiencing such lags in gameplay that they're not able to fully complete fights in the arena, which of course delays their score, especially when you consider the arena like the 4-star basic Archangel arena this week. But regardless, I also don't think we should be a community that no matter what just crucifies Kabam, because one, that's not being objective, and two, if you love the game that they put out, we are really excited about the fact that this game still exists. And they don't have advertising in the game. They don't have different things that will basically make the game suck. So I want to say that Kabam in this case deserves praise. They did really, really well for giving everybody a week's worth of whatever the tier 4 basic was, and then some crystals and a huge amount of glory. And this is the kind of thing that as players we should say thank you. We shouldn't say what's more, because don't bite the hand that feeds you. If you are somebody that no matter what is not going to be satisfied, it doesn't matter what the Kabam compensation is going to give you. They're not going to be thankful. They're just going to complain. And while I will defend you if you are absolutely screwed over, and yes, that happens quite a bit, I also am not going to be somebody that runs a channel that no matter what complains. So Kabam, thank you. I think you did amazing with your Alliance Quest compensation, and I really hope that you take a page out of your own playbook this week and you use some additional compensation strategies for the overheating issue, because how great is it if you're an Android user, you've had no overheating complaints, you can do the classic Android's better than Apple argument, and yet you'll still get some compensation even though it didn't affect you. Now that is a win for you. So thank you, Kabam, for giving us the week's worth of Alliance Quest rewards just for screwing up yourself. I think it's very fair and very fitting, and there are a lot of people who maybe think that there are going to be more rewards needed, but at the same time, just be thankful that you got these. Every day can't be a July 4th offer type deal. Sometimes you just got to say thank you and be content with what you have, because that is the mark of somebody that still enjoys a game and yet is fair in their perspective and not overly greedy. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Be somebody that's thankful for what they give us. And if they give us something that's really screwing us over, like say the last compensation for the 8-hour outage, yeah, we should complain. But in this case, don't complain, be thankful, and hopefully Kabam sees that and does better with the next round of compensation. And also, quick shout out, August should be Summoner Appreciation Month. It's been over a year since we've had that. Kabam, I hope you watch this video, take notes, and say, you know what? They deserve Summoner Appreciation Month. It will go a long way to earning the trust back to so many people who are about to leave the game. And we'll leave it at that. Have a great weekend, YouTube.